Hare Krishna, welcome to Ved Sathi. We are reading Bhagavad Gita verse by verse. And currently we are reading chapter 1. And today we'll talk about chapter 1, verse 40. This verse 40, is a part of the theme Arjun's doubts. And specifically, it is a part of sub-theme destruction of family traditions. So this is one of the reasons which Arjun presents to Krishna for not fighting the war. This specific sub-theme covers verses 1.39 to 1.43, and we shared this specific flowchart in the previous video when we discussed 1.39. So the overview of this specific reason is that fighting will cause death of elder members of the family, which will lead to irreligious habits of rest of the family members. So this is covered in 1.39, which we discussed in the previous video. And then in this specific verse, 1.40, Arjun is talking about woman. So due to the destruction of family traditions, the womanhood in the family gets degraded. And the result of degradation of womanhood is unwanted progeny. So this unwanted progeny is technically known as Varna Sankara, as we have mentioned here. And further in this sub-theme, under the verses 1.41 to 43, Arjun says that this leads to hellish life of the family and for those who destroy the family traditions. And there is fall down of forefathers as offering of water and food to them is stopped. And then there is destruction of the community and family welfare projects and activities. So today we'll focus on verse number 40, which is all about the importance, the significance of women in maintaining religion and peace in the society. The verse goes like this. Bhagavad Gita 1.40. Adharma bhava krishna pradushyanti kulastriyaha strishu dushtasu varshneya jayate varna sankaraha. Word meanings: adharma, irreligion; abhibhava, having become predominant; Krishna, O Krishna; pradushyanti, become polluted; kulastriyaha, family ladies; strishu, by the womanhood; dushtasu, being so polluted; Varshaneya, O descendant of Krishna; Jayate, comes into being; Varna Sankaraha, unwanted progeny. Translation: when irreligion is prominent in the family, O Krishna, the woman of the family become polluted. And from the degradation of womanhood, O descendant of Vishnu, comes unwanted progeny. Now let us try to understand this verse from Dua perspective, that is discover, understand and apply. So there are basically two discoveries in this specific verse. The first discovery is that when irreligion becomes prominent in the family, then the woman of the family becomes polluted. And the next discovery is that the degradation of woman leads to unwanted progeny. So here Arjuna is presenting the fourth reason, that is destruction of family traditions, due to which he doesn't want to fight the war. Now let us understand this further. Srila Prabhupada says that good population in human society depends on chastity of women. So this indicates that women hold a very special place in the society because good population in the human society depends on women. And this is the basic principle for peace, prosperity and spiritual progressive life. Further, Srila Prabhupada says that the Varnashram system, they are designed so that good population prevails in the society, and which further aims at the spiritual progress of the entire community. Now the application here is that women must maintain their chastity and not indulge in irreligious activities. So this is the responsibility of womanhood to maintain their chastity, their purity, so that they are able to contribute in maintaining good population in the society. Now the next understanding is women and children need protection. Srila Prabhupada says in the purport that just as the children are very prone to be misled, women are similarly very prone to degradation. And therefore, both children and women require protection by the elder members of the family. It is responsibility of father, or in absence of father, the elder brother, to protect the woman so that the chastity of the woman is maintained. So application here is that members of the family must protect women and children so that they are not exploited. Nowadays, we see so many cases where women and children are exploited, they are misled. And this is leading to all the havoc in the society. We'll talk more about this in the subsequent slide. Next understanding is women must be engaged in various spiritual practices so that they are not misled. So very, very important. So the purpose of different family traditions, the Varnashram Dharma, is that everybody in the family is engaged in spiritual practice, keeping Krishna in the center. So that means all activities are directed towards satisfying Krishna. So in order to avoid the exploitation of women or women getting misled, they must always be engaged into different religious practices. And if women are not engaged in such practices, then women may get misled into adultery. Again, this we'll cover further in the next slide. So application here is that it is responsibility of women to be always engaged in Krishna conscious activities so that they are able to maintain highest moral and social conduct and so that they are not misled. And it is also responsibility of elder members of the family to guide the women and engage them in Krishna conscious activities. Now, next understanding, Chanakya Pandit says that women are not trustworthy. So here Chanakya Pandit is talking about ordinary women. According to Chanakya Pandit, ordinary women are generally not very intelligent and therefore not trustworthy. So Srila Prabhupada specifically in his discourse, he says that we are discussing Shastra, don't think otherwise. Chanakya Pandit says, Vishwasam neva kartavyam strishu raja kuleshu cha. So that means never trust women and politicians. Now, when we talk about ordinary women, that means those women who are not engaged in spiritual practices, those who are not Krishna conscious. And such women may get degraded, they may get misled by irresponsible people in the society. So therefore, they are not trustworthy. And one major difference between men and women, men are more rational, whereas women are more emotional. And therefore, anybody can take advantage of the emotional aspect of women and can mislead them. So we request you that don't take this, otherwise, just like Srila Prabhupada said in his discourse, because here we are not making a comparison between men and women and we are trying to, present women as degraded or, lower as compared to men. No, our intention is not that. We are just saying that there is some basic difference between the qualities of men and women, due to which there are more chances of women to get exploited, to get misled. And of course, when a woman gets misled to the wrong path, you cannot trust her. But again, we have to understand, as we discussed in the previous slide, that women hold a very special position in the society because the good population depends on women of the society. So we would request you not to take this point in a negative sense. So application here is that ordinary women should get inspiration from Krishna conscious women and take guidance from them. Okay. Now next understanding is that here Arjuna is talking about ordinary women. The position of Krishna conscious woman is different. So here Srila Prabhupada says that of course when woman comes to Krishna consciousness, that position is different. We are speaking of ordinary woman because Krishna says in other place, Striyo Vaishyas Tatha Shudraha. So in Bhagavad Gita 9.32, woman Vaishya, that is the mercantile community, and Shudra, the worker class, they are considered less intelligent. Now, what is the reason of adultery in the society? So there are two main reasons of adultery, and we see this is prevailing a lot in current society. So the first reason is failure of Varnashram Dharma. Very, very important because when there are no rules and regulations in the society, then women become free to act and they mix with men and the result is adultery. And this adultery leads to Varnasankar, unwanted population. The other reason of adultery in the society is the acts of the irresponsible men. Because when men, due to false pride, they think they are superior and they indulge in exploiting women for their sense gratification, then this results in adultery and leads to unwanted progeny. So application here is that it is the responsibility of everyone to protect the woman. They should not be exploited in the society and we must work towards restoring the Varnashram Dharma. And then only adultery can be avoided. Next understanding is that chaste wife is very, very important in spiritual progress of husband. Srila Prabhupada says that wife is very important And if the wife is chaste, she can help the husband in the 4 principles of life, that is dharma, arth, kam and moksha. So if the society trains the girls to become a nice wife, then she can be a great source of energy to the husband and help the husband in spiritual progress. But if they are misled, if they get polluted, then they become source of Varna Sankar, unwanted progeny. So application, woman has a very important role to play in the spiritual upliftment, of the society. So it is duty of the society to ensure that women are protected and their chastity is maintained. We complete our discussion here. In the next video, we'll cover the bundle of verses 41 to 43 and complete this sub-theme, destruction of family traditions. So here we are maintaining this in the tabulated form. So this is the 4th reason that we are discussing. Thank you. We dedicate this channel and all these videos to our Guru Maharaj, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Thakur, Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Thank you. Hare Krishna.